I was pretty much drawn to clothes and colors, right? It interests me how clothes just transform people and make them look beautiful.
When did you get your first major gig that made you understand that, look, I think now this is what I'm supposed to do?
First major gig was an MTN commercial. It was Praise, it was Tio Savage and Chidima. It was a TVC commercial, and after styling everybody, I think it's just when I had to prove that this was the right path for me, right? And that was like my major break at that point. And after that, I mean, all the recommendations, I got a lot of recommendations. I got a lot of upload from styling just that TVC. And that was like the beginning of the bigger gigs coming in.
Part of your catalog or clientele of people you've worked with, Patoranking, DAVIDO, Wizkid, Olamide, Lil Baby. I mean, the list is endless.
Almost everybody in Nigeria, every top, all the A-list artists. Yeah, I've worked with all the A-list artists, the P-list to the C-list, the D-list to the D-list. Everybody,
to the nobodies,
to the nobody. I was saying earlier, if you have money, if you want to employ my service, I would definitely. I'm here for you.
Talk to me about your life growing up. People want to know more about Angel away from the fashion person that we're seeing now. The stylish guy, the classy guy, the colorful guy. Who really is John Angel?
I grew up in Lagos. I've been in Lagos since 1991. So I grew up in Lagos, and all the places I grew up were majorly the rural areas in Lagos State. I grew up in Oshodi, from Oshodi to Ikotun to Ogba. So, I mean, all of these things just shaped me to the places I lived also shaped me to understand my environment, people as well. And that also shapes how I interact with my clients, how I see my clients, and now I'm able to, get involved with people.
So who would you say are your fashion inspirations? Welcome to your favorite podcast, Link Up on Echooroom with Teddy A. Today we dive into the world of fashion, style, and branding with one of Nigeria's most sought after celebrity stylists, John Angel. I call him the angelic touch. From dressing A-list celebrities to creating viral fashion moments, John Angel has built a name as a stylist who understands fashion, style, class, and image making in entertainment. John Angel, baddest.
My brother.
But how far? You don't carry money come today.
Thanks, sir. I did boots. No worry. They boots. Everybody go collect for this house.
So, looking stylish as always.
Thanks, man.
Congrats on the new baby. Yeah? How's life been?
Great. Ups and downs. But we thank God. We're here. We keep doing it. We keep showing up. We thank God.
That's good. So talk to me about fashion. How did the whole idea of you becoming a celebrity stylist come about? Did you know this was going to be the route for you as a career?
I mean, I didn't know it was going to be like this, so I was going to get to this point, but I was just clear about one thing, that it was something I wanted to do, right? And if I could remember, not even if I could remember, I remember vividly, right? From primary school, my seatmate was a girl, and I was just really passionate and fond of trying to adjust people clothes. I was pretty much drawn to clothes and colors, right? It interests me how clothes just transform people and make them look beautiful. Like I was saying, my seatmate was a girl, and sometimes I just losing like the tip of her hair, and I played it back, and I mean, it was that was just like the little moments that I could remember from growing up, and how just making people look beautiful started for me. Yeah,
So I love the fact that you said that, because most times people don't understand that these
little things.
things are embedded, in us right from when we're young, and it really depends on how you're able to,
Nurture
hone
them,
and
and
nurture it to becoming, where you are today. When did you get your first major gig that made you understand that, look, I think now this is what I'm supposed to do?
first major gig was an MTN commercial way back. I think it was 2010. And I didn't just start one celebrity at that point. I think it was like four people. It was Praise, it was Tio Savage, and Chidima. It was a TVC commercial. And after styling everybody, I think he just went ahead to prove that this was the right path for me, right? And that was like my major break at that point. And after that, I mean, all the recommendations, I got a lot of recommendations. I got a lot of upload from styling just that TVC. And that was like the beginning of the bigger gigs coming in.
Was the pay good?
Was the pay good at that time? At that time, it was good at that time for me. And what I wanted to do at that time, it wasn't even about the money, right? It was just me. I just wanted people to see what I know how to do best, right? I wanted people to see that I could do this. I wanted to get opportunity to show what I know how to do. So, I mean, when those opportunities came, I wasn't even about the money. I was happy that those opportunities came and I utilized them properly. At that point, it wasn't money for me. At that point, it was basically passion and me wanting to push my passion for people to see. Right.
Nice. Part of your catalog or clientele of people you've worked with, Patoranking, DAVIDO, Wizkid, Olamide, Lil Baby. I mean, the list is endless.
Almost everybody in Nigeria, every top, all the A-list artists. Yeah, I've worked with all the A-list artists, the P-list to the C-list, the D-list to the D-list, everybody.
Nobodies.
To the nobody. I was saying earlier, if you have money, if you want to employ my service, I would definitely, I'm here for you. If you call for my service, I will come render my service.
So how much would it cost to get Angel to style, an individual now?
If you need my service, I'll send you a rate card. Yeah.
And they'll pay in dollars.
We'll convert it.
You convert it. Okay. Talk to me about your life growing up. People want to know more about Angel away from, the fashion person that we're seeing now. The stylish guy, the classy guy, the colorful guy. Who really is John Angel?
I grew up in Lagos. I've been in Lagos since 1991. So I grew up in Lagos, and all the places I grew up were majorly the rural areas in Lagos State. I grew up in Oshodi, from Oshodi to Ikotun to Ogba. So, I mean, all of these things just shaped me to the places I lived also shaped me to understand my environment, people as well. And that also shapes how I interact with my clients, how I see my clients, and now I'm able to, get involved with people. It has also made me understand that people have different characters, right? And it has also helped me to understand that styling is a service. I don't have to carry whatever attitude you bring to me. I don't have to carry it to the next person, or I don't have to carry it back to you. It has just made me understand how people react to things differently, and how, as a service provider, I shouldn't take those things too personal. I studied marketing in Lagos State University, and yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think that's what
Where are you from originally?
Delta State Warri.
But you grew up
Yeah,
in Lagos.
yeah, I grew up in Lagos. Then,
So
yeah,
you're a Lagosian.
proper
For
Lagosians.
sure.
I chop Yoruba like say, yeah.
Nice, nice. So who would you say are your fashion inspirations?
Hmm. Fashion inspirations, right? You see, ASAP Rocky, that dude is there when it comes to fashion, right? Very daring, very daring. He's one person I want to work with. He's one person I want to work with.
I
I
think
mean,
you'll get
I
there.
have two people I want to work with. Yeah, I've worked with a few international artists that worked with that baby. I've worked with French Montana, worked with Awilo, and a few others. But there are people that my eyes are pretty much on. You see, ASAP Rocky and Jay-Z. These two guys.
That's why you have his hair.
Dreaming of wanting to work with these guys. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. So how do you think stylists shape how fans see, their idols or celebrities? Would you say that fashion takes a big, would I say, chunk of perception? Would you say that? Like if you were to style an artist in a shabby way, don't you think that artist is going to be associated with a shabby personality or a shabby image? Would you say that the way you style your clients is how you want people to perceive that client?
So there's always a storyline to you styling somebody, right? You also need to consider the person's personality. You have to also consider the person's branding, and you also need to consider the event mood as well. If there's an event surrounding that
What's the
thing,
thing?
just let me, for instance, let me bring it down to the movie I pretty much just started, To Kill a Monkey, right? There are different characters. They have their boss character, who is the money misroad kind of guy, the guy who thinks he's very fashionable in his head and wants to show up through fashion, but he's very just scattered and everywhere. That's a different style on his own. And there's a feminine, like you just have to interpret. There's always something, there's always a storyline about each character you're trying to interpret, and you have to follow that guidelines to interpret the characters properly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And I think also it's very, very important, and it's for me it's a thing of joy seeing how fashion in Afrobeat space has become very, very would I say it has evolved? Yes, it has evolved. We see our A-list stars, even the B-list, the C-list, because Nigerians have usually we're very fashionable, right? And we can tell through how our stars in Afrobeats, how they dress, how they pull up. Would you say fashion has played a major role in shaping how the rest of the world see Nigerians through Afrobeats?
Afrobeat. Huge role. Very big role. Very, very big role. We create the visual identity that travels with the music. That's what style. That's what we stylists do. We create the visual identity that travels with it. This music, because see our artists. You said it. Like when you see them, without them opening their mouth, the first thing you're seeing is how they are dressed, right? The first thing you're seeing is how they look, and who creates this image, who creates this brand identity, who creates the styles, the stylists, we, right? Me, for one person, I've been able to create a lot of styles for a lot of Afrobeat stars today, right? And one thing I always want to do as well is when we have international artists coming to Nigeria. I mean, they've worn all sort of clothes abroad. You come here, it's only right that you push your culture, the Afrobeat outfits, right? With to them, if you check the guys I've styled, for instance, that baby when he was in Nigeria, I made him go on Agbada, I gave him an Agbada, and that's you promoting
The culture.
Same thing with French Montana. That's you. He was so happy to wear it. In fact, he said he was the video was not out and he wasn't supposed to post, but because he was so excited about the outfit, like this guy posted the picture. And that's the interesting part about this, that we also intentionally push our culture, push our tradition, push our outfits. And right.
I want to talk about red carpet moments.
Okay.
We have a lot of awards. We have a lot of music shows. We have a lot of film award shows and all that. And we have a lot of red carpet moments in these shows.
Yeah.
Would you say that our red carpet fashion showcase has improved? What would you rate it right now?
It has improved, right? Compared to the last 7 years. I mean, the improvements in the last 3 years, we can see how everyone is involved, everyone is intentional in the last 3 years. AMVCA, for instance, once there's AMVCA, people start planning their AMVCA for like 5 months, start getting ready, putting their outfit together, calling their stylist, calling their designer to create something unique, something that has never been worn before, something that no one has ever seen. So I would think out of 10, I would give it a 7. Yeah, I'll give it a 7. Yes, I'll give it a 7. And that's
not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'll give it a 7. I mean, we're getting there. We can do, trust me, 7 is really good. 7 is really good, yeah.
Do you think fashion stylists collaborate a lot?
When you say collaborate with who?
Collaborate in the sense that maybe there's silent animosity amongst fashion designers and stylists.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think?
So I've heard this question. I think this is like the second time I'm getting these questions. And there's difference between you being a designer and you being a stylist, right? And if I have to be sincere, a good stylist can be a designer because you have an image of what you want your clients to look like, down to proportional level, down to how you want the sleeve to flow, down to how you want the bottom to look. You have an image. Let me speak for myself. Exactly. I have an image of how I want my clients to look. So if I am not getting it right, I am going to do it. Down to shoes. Now, a designer just pretty much makes the outfit, right? And to the accessorizing of the whole outfits is left to the stylist. And these are also huge parts of styling someone. The accessorizing, the shoe, the layering of the outfit. You can tell a designer to design something and he just designs and gives to you. If he gets to your house and say, oh, where's the shoe? He's going to give you any shoe that is available to wear. But for someone like me who already have an image, I have a mood board of how I want you to look. I'm speaking for my... If the length of the pants is 1 inch longer, I'm not going to put you on that thing. I'm going to make sure I get it to the length I want it to be. So there's just a lot of... I've heard so much about how designers and stylists don't collaborate a lot. So what I do is most of the things I put my clients in, 95 of the things I put my clients in are designed by me because I already have an image of how I want it to be. I design as well. I already have an image of how I want it to be. I go for it. So most of the mistakes I get to see on red carpet, at the end of the day, you find out that it's a designer who styled that person.
Not a stylist.
Not a stylist.
So are you saying there's
most of the faults comes in?
So are you saying there's no collaborative effort or no collaboration amongst the fashion
collaborative
industry?
efforts. No collaborative. It's not being pushed enough because everyone wants to get the credits, right? And most times the designer feel like they should get the credits, not the stylist, because they made the clothes. That's what they think. But it's not just about making the clothes. It also has to do with layering. It has to do with accessorizing. It has to do with down to shoes, down to so. A lot of designers don't know that there are some outfits you don't wear shoes, you don't wear socks with. There are some kind of shoes you don't wear with some outfits. These are the job of a stylist to know. But you as a designer, you don't even make research up to that. You know that you're not supposed to wear this shoe with this outfit. There are just a lot of things that, I mean, that's discussion for another day.
So would you say that, or I guess the question would be, what would your advice be for
So my
designers and stylists to collaborate?
advice would be more collaborations, right? And if you as a client, as a celebrity, you want to have a particular look, if you can bring the designer and your stylist together, it's better they work together than you just going straight to a stylist. I've seen a lot of great outfits, wrong accessorizing, wrong shoes, wrong layering because it was just direct from the designer. It was just direct from the designer. I mean, if you have a good stylist, all of those things will be put in place.
A while back, I've seen on social media where, you know, you have the celebrity and the designer or stylist having clash over who got
The credit.
the credit or who didn't get the credit, or you gave me the clothes, or I bought the clothes. Why should I tag you? What do you think about these things? These things seem like they're very, trivial.
That issue of tags and credits, right? I mean, which is, I think I didn't clear, I wasn't particular about that from my early stage. I just became very particular about it recently. And before we even start, I would like us to have like a clear agreement of how this thing should go, right? If you feel like, oh, if I'm giving you a discount, right? You should give me every necessary tags, every necessary mentions I need to get, right? If, for instance, my charge is 4 naira and you're paying me 2 naira, that's me coming down of
What I usually charge.
what I usually
My value.
charge, my value.
Yeah.
And I should not tell you, right? I don't think I should tell you because that would be fair because I've already come below my standard. I don't think I should tell you to give me credits for what I did. I don't think but I just think in the whole conversation, from the beginning of the conversations, there should be agreements. Even if you're doing it for free for the person, even if you're doing it, you're paying the person, I just think there should be agreement from the beginning. Yeah.
So for a young person watching right now who wants to go into styling, designing, fashion in general, how would you say, or how would you advise they turn styling into a sustainable business?
I think the first thing I would advise is get your priorities right because you could be easily carried away in this line of business. You know, a lot of people are here for the fame, and some people are here for the business. So get your priorities right. Know the reason why you're coming into it. It's a business, right? And it's something that can sustain you. It's a source of livelihood. If you get your priorities right, you will get it right. If you want to be famous, you will be famous. If you want to do your job, you should do your job and get it right. Yeah. So get your priorities right. Set your priorities. Set your standard, and that's it.
Have you ever felt any points in your career that, this thing where they do, no, if you work, because man, this money I never really did see am.
I mean, there are times when there are self-doubts, right? Even when you get some very negative response or feedback from people, it weighs you down. But if you know what drives you, to do it in the first place. You know, if you know what pushed you to do it in the first place, I think that should be like your drive. That should be your motivation. That's why I said set your standards, set your priorities right, right? Because sometimes there are days where you are just really overwhelmed, right? There are days where your staffs frustrates you, or your designer frustrates you, or something just goes bad, or iron eats up the clothes get burnt. You know, what would you do? You know, if it's just, I mean, for me, like I said, it was passion, right? That I started all of this. It was passion, and it's that passion that is still driving me. The money, it's actually a plus, right? To me at this point, it's a plus, but I mean, it's the exchange for my hard work that I have put in over the years. So set your standards right, set your priorities right. Yeah.
Have you ever had any situation where a celebrity or A-list, whomever client clashed with your decision on a styling project?
That's trying to remember. It has happened several times. Trust me, it has happened. But for me, I'm always open-minded. I'm ready to listen, and I make sure I share my vision to you before we start, and I just make sure that there's a middle ground. We somehow we get to meet at the middle ground, whichever it may be. Even if you don't agree to what I'm saying, but I just make sure that I explain my vision to you, of whatever I'm trying to bring to you. And I'm trying to remember. I think there was one that was really hard. And how I handled it was just me. There were a lot of people in the room, right? And I just called the client aside. I'm like, there was a reason you called me here, because you believe I could do this, right? And you just have to let me handle it. I know you have how you want it to go in your head. You have how you want to handle it, but just let me handle it. There's a reason why you called me to do this. So just give me the opportunity to this. I'm very open. I'll just explain to you in a nutshell, and
It worked out. Awesome. You're on the #1 podcast in Nigeria, if I do say so myself. This is Link Up. If you'd love to be a guest, a partner, or a sponsor, send us an email at the details at the bottom of your screen. Now, Angelic, I want to talk about a monumental shift in your career. This happened not so recent, but it's recent. You styled the series, the Netflix hit, To Kill a Monkey. How did you land that job?
I've had a working relationship with Kemi for a while now. I think 2016. Yeah, I've been working with Kemi on musical videos in 2016, and I think Kemi just understand that I know how to interpret styles and roll with fashion, right? She, from our first job, she already got that this guy, you know, if I say inside everything they do. And the To Kill a Monkey was my second movie. I started King of Boys, which was Kemi's also movie. So from King of Boys, I mean, I can tell that she was impressed with the delivery, and she didn't need anyone to tell her again. And she was like, Angel, I need you on board on To Kill a Monkey. I need you to come and create magic for the cast. And
so you started the whole film?
Yeah. I started the major characters. The major characters, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the major characters, the Obos, the Efemini, the major characters, yeah. Teacher, yeah.
And you made a lot of money.
Badman Teddy.
I'm just saying.
Badman Teddy.
I'm just saying, you made a lot of money.
I mean, I got paid for my services. Yeah.
I love the answer. Okay. I mean, I must say you did a phenomenal job, with styling that film. Every piece that was worn by Oboz, Efemini, Preacher was a hit. Teacher.
Yeah.
I didn't say preacher, sorry. Teacher
Yeah.
was a hit back to back to back, which just tells how much homework, you really, really do when it comes to styling your clients. Speaking on that same, topic, what does it take to create a look for your client, especially a high-end client that needs to look very stylish, very colorful, rich, affluent, What does it take?
So that's like coming in with your question.
Okay. What does it take for you to create a look for a client, a high-end client that wants to have the look of affluence, style, opulence, fashion, wants to look rich? What does it take?
Personality. You have to consider the personality of the person. You have to consider the brand, that the brand of the person, and also the audience the person is trying to appeal to. You now merge all of that with your creativity, and you bring out the magic that you have to bring out. The personality of the person, the brand of the person, the audience the person is trying to appeal to. If there's an event involved around it, you also consider the kind of event, and that's you bring out the magic you have to. Yeah.
What about a person that is not high end, who says, Angel, I want to look this way, or the person doesn't even have an idea of how they want to look. The person has no idea of how to be stylish, how to whatever. Just says, Angel, I want to change the way I look. I want you to just change my life.
Change my life. Okay. Body structure, right? You have to consider the person's body structure. You have to consider the tone, skin tone, size of the person, because there are some outfit that you cannot give to someone on the big size, right? You have to consider the body size as well. And once you get all of that right, I'm sure you will get a perfect look for the person. Consider the person's size, you consider body shape, you consider the heights. It's funny when you see, okay, for instance, you can't give a live WhatsApp something you give to a Brashagi. So all of those things have to be balanced. You
Difference in
can't
heights and all that.
Difference in heights, body size, tone, and all that. Yeah.
So, what's the most challenging look you've ever pulled off for any client?
I think the most challenging look I ever did was me having less than 24 hours to come out with 6 looks for DaBaby and DAVIDO, right? I had less than 24 hours, and I created most of the look. I designed most of the look myself and styled, because some of the challenges also you have in working with designers is they need time. In fact, some of them need weeks to work with. So for me already, I have like a team who are ready to go express, go fire for fire to bring out whatever I have in mind. So that was really challenging, because I had just less than 24 hours to do all of that. That's one of my major shoots. Putting in mind that I have an international artist coming who I've never seen before. I did all the styling without the measurements. I just went on his Instagram, look at his picture, look at his height. I went on YouTube, watched all his video. That's when I realized that, this guy is always covering his hair, right? I saw that he was always wearing snapback, right? I looked at all those things. I didn't even know he was that short until...
You call him a short man?
I mean, you just said that, but that's not me calling him a short man. Wow, Teddy. Wow, Teddy.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Say it was that short.
I've been conscious enough. Okay. I didn't even know he was, that small in size. That small in size. I didn't even know he was that small in size until when I was meant to style him. I went to check a lot of his videos and pictures, and I realized that, this man, okay, in trouser length, no go past 37, 36, based on his size.
Right,
and,
right.
yeah, that was one of my major challenges.
So would you say that's your biggest bag yet?
Is that my biggest bag yet? So when you say biggest bag, in terms of...
Yeah, the pay.
Funny enough, no.
Which is your biggest bag?
My biggest bag, one biggest bag so far, was paid by actually DAVIDO, right? But I'm not going to mention it because there are people surrounding. If I mention that particular project, say, hey, Angel, now this project. But David, I think David has been like the one that's paid so far, like my biggest bag, DAVIDO. Yeah.
So give me an estimate of how much you've earned from working with David in total. Give me an estimate. Don't give me an exact figure.
No, not an estimate. I'll just give you from one particular video I shot for David. It was 25 million.
25 mil.
Sister, yeah.
Dollars?
No, naira.
Okay. One video.
Yeah, one video.
And you've done how many for him?
I mean, it's not always like that.
Okay.
But that one was really special. I had a lot of things to do, right? That particular
special?
Video, I had a lot of things.
I think I know this video because you mentioned it was special.
Trust me, it's not even the one you're thinking.
Okay.
Trust me, it's not even the one you're thinking. Yeah.
Okay.
But David, yeah.
Okay. Who styled Davido's song? The one where he was with Chioma. Talking about $1 billion. $1 billion.
No, not that one, bro. Not the one, bro. You can't get this one because I'm trying to hide it from. You can't get this one, bro. I think David, yeah. But David,
so one video, like, 25 mil.
Yeah.
What year was this?
Not too far. I think it was like 2 years.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
And that was the same year you got to Kill a Monkey as well.
Yeah, Kill a Monkey was shot in 2023 as well.
A lot of people don't even know that.
Yeah, Kill a Monkey. Yeah, we shot in 2023. Yeah.
So you got that job in 2023 and also styled the project to Kill a Monkey.
Jeez. Okay.
In 2023.
So when I said, okay, did I say 25? It was 2.5. It was 2.5.
Wait,
it was 2.5 million. No.
Dollars.
2.5 million naira, not 25. Please, Teddy, don't put me on the spot. It was 2.5 million naira, not 25.
Wait. 2.5 million naira for what?
For styling.
David will pay you. I mentioned biggest bag. And you said one big bag or one of the biggest bags was 25 mil from David. So now you're saying 2.5. It has to be $5 million or something. Because, come on. You're one of the biggest, if not the biggest stylist in Nigeria, out of Africa. 2.5 million naira is what? That's change. Even your wristwatch is not 2.5 million naira. Come on now.
Jeez.
Come on now.
Teddy, can we move on to the next question? Next question, please.
This man has a collection of the finest things. Don't worry about it, guys. He's highly fashionable, and that is why he's sitting on this chair. You have to be a somebody to sit in this chair.
Okay.
On the link up. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think there's a lot of competition in the fashion industry in Nigeria?
I mean, healthy competition is welcome. Yeah, there is competition, and that's what pushes you to be on your toes, to be better, to be involved in your craft, to just want not to relent. Because if there's no competition, no people just get to relax. I would relax, but the fact that I know that there are people who want to push me away from that position just makes me get on my feet, even when I'm tired, even when I'm sick. Like, 2 days ago, I went to the hospital to get injection. Yesterday, I was on my feet again to work. That's it. Healthy competition is advised and is welcome. I mean, I just know that there are a lot of people who does the same thing I do, but I don't really see them as competition because I know that my niche and my clients already knows, they know me, right? And they know, I just feel like every stylist have their strong points, right? You cannot have it all. That's what I know. And I will keep getting my own. They will keep getting their own. That's the way I say it.
I like that you said that because there are lots of stylists and designers and whatnot that feel like they're stuck in a loop of this fashion world and they're not getting seen. Models, stylists, designers, What would you advise or how would you advise them to go about getting themselves seen out there?
That's a very, very because I've not been able to also manage that well, right? Because I mean, it was intentional for me not to be seen. I was concentrating more on the job, right?
work,
And more of the work. Because, like I said earlier, you can be easily carried away. And it's just now that I'm getting to realize a lot of things that as you're putting in the job, you need to also put in the job to be seen. It's a lot of work. It's just a lot. You shouldn't try to not do extra to be seen because your job alone should speak for you. But in this case where I'm sure there are, I can count some 5-10 years ago, I can count how many stylists were in the industry. Right now, there are a lot of stylists. Teddy, I'm sure like you have maybe more than 20 stylists following you. I have a lot of people in my DMs every day. I want to be stylist, right? So is the job of a styling alone, because for me, I have the workload of creating a lot of superstars' image. Their branding is left to me to decide. And that's why I still work with the likes of Pat Rankin till today, with the likes of Adekunle Gold, with the likes of Kiss Daniel, because they understand. If you check out this guy's style over the years, because you see that it has evolved and is consistent. That's because I take my time to still dwell on how to reintroduce, still keep their style in check over the years. So me doing that again and still coming back to still do the work of me making sure that I'm being seen and being recognized is a lot of work. I feel like I thought it was going to come naturally, but that's different work on its own again. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I don't know if you explain what you understand what I'm trying to say.
I do.
It's a lot of work. It's just like you're trying to do two jobs. And truly, you cannot really serve two masters at a time. You can't be doing the real job and you're trying to get the old flashlights.
So basically you're telling them to focus on the work first.
I think focus on the work first.
Okay.
That's what I did. I focused on and that's why I'm here, because my work has speaked more for me. A lot of people, a lot of the viewers might not know me, but when you come to the industry and you mention my name, you get what I'm saying? Everybody in industry. So what I will advise is focus on the job, get to know the job, because it's a professional job that you need to know. Get to know the job, the in and out of the job, the corners, how to navigate around the job, get to know the job properly before you start facing the flashlights and all that.
Awesome. In your line of work, I'm happy you said that. Initially you were focused on the work, and then the fame came, and then now Everything is here. You style, design for majority of the stars that are out there. How have you been able to manage the fame and not get carried away with it and forget the work?
So it's because I've seen, I mean, I've been here longer than a lot of artists. A lot of artists have come and go. I've been here longer than a lot of artists. Professionally in styling, 15 years. In the industry, about 18 years. So I've seen a lot of artists come and go. It has made me understand that you have to focus on what pays you. I'm a service provider, right? If I keep getting involved with what pays me, getting involved with trends, getting in, being creative, getting creative all the time, just getting involved with everything that pays me basically, right? I think it will be out. I was telling someone the other time, right? I said, except I say I don't want to do this job again because I feel like I know everything about this job. I know the corners, and I am a very versatile stylist. Very versatile. I've styled weddings, I've styled red carpet, I've styled movies, I've styled music videos. There are very few stylists who can do all of this. If I'm being right, there are very few. Some people just concentrate on one thing, right? So I think it's just nice you focus and pay attention to what pays you, learn more about it, improve yourself, get involved. Don't try to don't be carried away. Because you can be easily carried away. Don't be carried away. For once, I've never been carried away. And I think also it's because I've seen how the industry is, right? I've seen how the industry is. If you're carried away, if you just feel like there is a lot of, it feels like there's a lot of love. Everybody comes around you and in your face, they are throwing love. That's where it stops. It's just there. The love doesn't get to your back. It's just in your face and it's just for that moment. So if you're carried away with all of those facade of, oh, my guy, my brother, my this, it's better you know the people who are your brothers, right? Than to feel like everyone that calls you your brother in the
is your
industry
brother.
is your brother. This industry, bro, it's a dark space. It's the darkest industry. I've seen a lot of backbites. I've seen a lot of
Crazy thing.
bro. I've worked closely with a lot of people, a lot of artists, and I've seen how talks, how they act, how they do things. So it has just made me understand. It made me understand people more, and it's just made me understand to mind the business that pays me.
Awesome. I love what you just said about, the love just being
It's not real.
fake, right?
Not real.
I want to talk about the dark side of your world, the dark side of your industry. The love is fake. Yes. Can you talk to me about the in and outs, the things that go down in your industry that keeps you on your toes and keeps you grounded? Because a lot of people will say that the fashion industry it looks good on the outside, but it's
Deeper.
deeper than
It's deeper than what you
what it
think.
looks. Talk to me about that.
Bro, if I talk here,
No, go ahead, brother.
if I talk here,
I mean, like we said on this show, the conversations echo beyond the surface. So we go way beyond the surface.
I there's so many dark side. That's what I was going to say. And the truth is, I think God has given me that grace to be able to identify and navigate my way around it. And that's why I'm still here today. Trust me. There's a lot of dark side. If you don't belong to some certain things, you're pushed aside. If you don't belong to a certain clique, you're pushed aside. If you don't do some certain things, you're pushed aside, you're labeled. for no reasons, right? But for me, I've always made my source God. And if I've been pushed aside because of a lot of these things that I haven't mentioned, that I feel like my source will still continue to be God. That's the way I'm just going to navigate around this.
Okay, so now the fashion industry, as we see or we perceive it to be. Let me speak on the American fashion industry, for instance. We see a lot of the fashion being
Demonic.
influenced by demonic, entities. That's the same here in Nigeria as well.
Um, it hasn't gotten to that yet, right? It hasn't gotten to that yet. But it's where it is at the moment is where if you don't belong to a certain if you don't belong to a certain clique,
Click. What kind of click?
right?
Like a cult?
Man like Teddy. Not courts, right?
Certain group.
Maybe group. Let's use the word group.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's use the word group. A group that you would not want to be proud of, right? If you don't belong to that group as a person who has moral and you don't want to be part of that group, you're sidelined, you're pushed aside
In this fashion industry.
in this fashion industry. And a lot of people who belongs to that group dominates like the higher rank positions that could say and move things. Yeah.
And they stop you from getting gigs.
And they stop you from entering some places or stopping you from sidelining you from getting some things and all that. But
I'm going to give you a funny story. I went for an event, and this was in 2018 with my wife. Then she was my girlfriend. At the time, it was a big fashion event. And I kid you not. While I was at that event, my wife kept saying, "What is going on here? What is going on here?" The energy wasn't right. She was like, "Can we
leave.
Can we go?" Initially, I didn't really understand what she was saying, but I looked to my left. I saw a clique of people. I looked to my right. I saw a group of people. And I'm looking at like, what is going on? This is 2018.
So that was 2018. This is
2018.
2025.
And this event was organized by a major brand, you know? And hearing you speak on this now is quite, I understand
They wouldn't get to even invite you because they know that you don't belong to that set of clique.
You won't get to even showcase.
They won't get to even,
and this event we're talking about is a major event because fashion brands always have major events in Nigeria regularly. How have you been able to survive?
The grace of God. The grace of God and me just setting my morals and my priorities right. I mean, I didn't start all of this because of that, right? I didn't get this far because of that. So I don't think it is now at this point where the level I've gotten to, how far I've gotten to, it's by the grace of God and my hard work. I don't think I need to belong or join or succumb to any pressure to get to that point. No. One of the things that has gotten me here is self-confidence. Very confident of myself. Very, very confident of myself. So I don't think I should belong or join or get associated with anything or anyone or anybody to get to any points. I mean, life is step by step. People who knew me 15 years ago, who knew me 10 years, who knew me 7 years, they are proud of me today. And that's because of my hard work and the grace of God upon my life. So I don't think I should be involved with anything to get to any point again.
What would you advise young fashion designers and stylists on the rise who are being pressured into joining any of those groups into becoming what they should or they're meant to become?
If you have priorities, I don't think you'll be pressured. Right. That's the way I see it. And that's still the same thing that's been driving me. My priorities are straight, right? I set my priorities, and this is what has been driving me till date. I don't think if you know what you want, if you know what you're doing, you should be pressured. Because life is actually step by step. If you jump a step to get to the next day, you miss out the thing you're supposed to learn at the step you jumped, and it will affect you the step you jumped to, and you might need to come back to learn. So it's just only nice you take it step by step and get to where you need to get to. So you don't need to be pressured. I have never been pressured, right? I mean, pressure comes, but I don't let it get to me, because I know it's all just on the face. It's all just mirage and facade. Yeah.
Do you think this dark side of the fashion industry isn't being talked about enough? think
It's
young
not
people
been
are being
talked
led
about
astray.
enough because majority of the people who um who should talk about it are in the positions and places that it should be talked about. So they would rather not talk about it.
Okay, can you explain that?
A lot of people who are in positions of the place that it should be talked about would rather not talk about it.
Why do you think so?
It's like you getting people into they need new members. New what's it called?
Converts.
New converts. They need new members. So they rather not talk about it than just convert people into it.
Don't you think you're a
That's the
voice,
thing.
or you are in a great position to help champion and be a voice for people who don't have a voice?
I mean, I've said it here and I've said it in other places as well, right? And it's still, you don't have to be pressured to do things you don't want to do. I don't think you should be pressured to do things you don't want to do, right? And as a young person growing up, one of the things that would make you stand the test of time is when you have standards, you have morals, you have things that you have set for yourself that I would never do this. Those are the things, challenges will come to make you want to do that. But you go back again, you look at those things and you look at the repercussion, you just feel like, oh, I won't do this no matter what. I won't succumb, I won't bend. So, and one of the things I've also noticed is you tell people not to do things, right? They go and do it and they come back and they see that, oh, I was asked not to do this, but I didn't listen. That's why they say experience is the best teacher.
Awesome. You're on the Link Up on Echooroom with Teddy A. If you'd love to be a part of this show, be a sponsor or a guest, make sure you email us at the details at the bottom of your screen. I'm going to ask you one last question before I let you go. I know you're a busy man. You have so much on your plate. What is Angel up to right now? What projects do you have lined up for your fans, your followers, your lovers? What do you want them to look up to right now? Look forward to.
I have a ready to wear coming out soonest.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty soon, pretty soon.
Congratulations in advance.
Thanks, my bro. Thank you. And I have a show as well coming up.
A show.
Show coming
Okay.
up.
What show we talking about?
I think I just keep that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But there's a show coming
Loud down
up.
for Yedi.
There's
They
a,
go
sh-
no.
there's a show coming up. There's a show coming
Okay.
up from Angel. Pretty soon you get
Okay.
to see it. And the ready to wear brand,
Okay.
it's up for this year as well.
Urban or
Yeah, pretty much urban streetswear, classy wear, different kind. I'm not just concentrating on a particular kind of people or set of people, carrying everybody along from 50 years, 25, 30. If you're a fashion lover, come get something. Everything, you get it there.
is available.
It's available.
Awesome, awesome. So where can your fans find you on social media so we can get the followers up and get the money up?
On Instagram, it's the Angelic Touch Stylist. D is DE, Angelic Touch Stylist. Then Twitter, I'm not active on Twitter, but I mean, Twitter
get
is there.
active,
Yeah.
brother.
Twitter is there. Twitter is the Angelic on Twitter. Yeah, that's pretty much.
No TikToks, no Facebooks.
Bruh, those things, man. Bro, I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming on TikTok. I mean, I have those accounts, bro. I have TikTok, I have Snapchat, but I just open it. I'm like, sometimes I want to post it. I'm like,
What do I post?
this thing is, what do I post? Like, it's just, you know.
Love
Yeah.
it, love it, love it. All right, my brother. I wish you good luck on
Thank you so
everything.
much.
Congrats once again on To Kill a Monkey.
Thank you.
Even though it
man.
was 2 years ago, I mean, it's still very fresh to us right now, and we're enjoying everything. He styles me as well. You know what I'm saying?
And it still feels like we shot that
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Yeah,
just 2
dope,
years
dope.
ago. Right.
More of that, brother, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And we've come
man.
to the end of another wonderful episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and all our socials at Echooroom_. That is at ECHOROOM_. That's on Instagram. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. I'll see you next time. I remain your host, Teddy A. Don't you forget, only the bold win. Peace and love.
Guys, this is Angel, the Angelic Touch, and this is Link Up with Teddy on Echooroom. Please like, share,